So in this video, I'm teaching you guys how to draft an off-shoulder bustier using the basic bodice block. I have a video on how to draft your basic bodice block on my channel, so do well to check that out. So we'll start from the front. The first thing I'm going to do is to divide my shoulder slope by 2. So measure what you have, fold your tape into 2, and mark what you have and connect it with a straight line to the bust point. So divide your shoulder slope by 2 and connect to the bust point. So after dividing your shoulder slope like so, the next thing we are going to determine is our off shoulder, where we want it to start from. So from the chest line, I came up by 3 inches. Now I firstly marked 3 inches, but I decided to make it 2.5 because I didn't want my off shoulder to be too high. It might look quite funny. So from the chest line, just come up by 2.5 inches. And then connect this into a straight line. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to use my marker pen to highlight the 2 lines I already connected, which is the new shoulder line and our shoulder slope. So now after doing this, we are not using this upper part anymore. Now go ahead and contour the upper chest line. To do that, you would mark 1/2 inch on both sides like I'm doing here and connect it straight to the bust point. If you're making this bustier for a plus size person, come up by 1 inch from your bust point to connect this dart. Use your curved ruler to curve out all your dart edges because we do not want any sharp edge. Now the next thing you're going to do is to mark the length of your dart for the both sides. Make sure that they are equal. So now we have to close the bust dart, and to do that you slash open your waist dart to the bust point like so, and use your sellotape to close your bust dart. And please, when you're drafting your basic bodice block for the front, the side of your front, you want to keep like 1 inch extra, because when you close your bust dart, there's always shortage of fabric. So here I'll use my sellotape and close my bust dart. And if you look closely, you see that after my bust dart is being closed, there is shortage of fabric. Just use your curved ruler and your pencil and just connect it. So after this is being done, you slash open the midpoint of your shoulder, slash it open to the bust point, and cut out your waist dart. After cutting this out, you just separate your both patterns. Firstly, cut out the sides and then separate the both patterns like so. The next thing I'm going to do here now is cut off my upper chest dart and the upper part of the front that we are not making use of. So cut this out and cut out the chest dart. So with this being done, our front bustier is ready. Now let's move over to the back. Go ahead and label so you don't miss any of your patterns, but this pattern is quite easy to understand, okay? Just do it to your preference. Now over to the back, which is quite easy. Now from the chest line, you're going to come up by 2.5 inches. The same thing we did for the front. Come up by 2.5 inches. Connect it into a straight line, and also divide your shoulder slope into 2 and connect it directly to the bust point. Connect directly to your bust point. Now I do not want my back neckline to be really high, so from that new off shoulder line I'm going to come down by 1 inch. You can even do 2 or 3 inches. You can connect this straight to your chest line, but 1 inch is enough for me. Use your curved ruler and connect this from your armhole straight to the 1 inch you came down by. And now this will be our new neckline. This other part will be cut off. You also have to contour the upper part, because if you do not do that, they will be gaping. But for this contour, we are using 1/4 inch on both sides. For the front, we use 1/2 inch, but for the back, we are using 1/4 inch on both sides. After this is being done, we are literally done with our back pattern. Like I said, the back is super simple. So cut off the upper part and cut off your dart, and do not forget to label your pattern so it will be easy for you when you're trying to sew this back together. Okay, so like I said, just label to your preference, label to an extent where it will be easy for you. Cut off your dart and we are done. Like, creating a bustier pattern is super simple. We are done with this. But now I want to share with you guys, in case you want to pad this bustier. I do not want to pad mine, but in case you want to pad this bustier, I'll show you how that would be done. Now, if you want to pad your pattern, it's very simple. On your center front, you're going to come down by 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch, and just connect this into a straight line. Also come down by 1/2 inch on the side of your front. Okay, now connect this into a straight line, and for this piece here, the padding is going to run from that 1/2 inch you came down straight to the under bust. But to get for your side, on the bust point, you're going to mark half of your bust pan measurement, and the half of the bust pan I'm working with is 3.5 inches. You connect it with a curve from that 1/2 inch we marked at the top to the 3.5 inches, and from there to your under bust. Okay, connect it from there to your under bust. Like I said, I don't think I've said that, but anyways, I'm not padding mine. I just want to show you guys how to pad. So with this being done, you're free to pad. But if you want your center to also have a cup like the side, want to pad with the cup, from your bust point, you're also going to be marking half of your bust pan measurement and just connect with a curve, exactly what I'm doing here. So with this being done, now you have a cup. Okay, so it's very simple. The next thing I'm going to share with you is, if you are making, and please do not forget to add all your necessary side seam allowances, okay? And this is an off shoulder. I would always advise you come down by 1/2 inch from your armhole, just like I'm doing here. Come down by 1/2 inch and connect it straight to your curve. But I'm not going to be cutting out mine because I'll use that as my seam allowance. So just come down by 1/2 inch and create a curve there. That would help for ease of the arm, like easy movement of the arm. Okay, so the next thing is, if you want to have like a sweetheart neckline, from your center front you can come down by 1 inch or even more and connect it straight to the side, exactly what I'm doing here. But I want mine to be straight. I'm not doing like the sweetheart neckline. And with that being done, I have come to this end of the video. Do not forget to subscribe, share and like. Thank you.